Sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Costello flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And this one's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Let's make it smooth. Yo, Jackrabbit, come on. Hey, tight. Shoot.
Throwing again. Herbert. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Noah Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Set, ready? 50, plant. Hey, wahoo! Steve Griffin.
From the gun, Costello. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Set, 60 outlaw.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Get it.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Costello. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood.
From the gun on 3rd down, Costello. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. On 4th down, Costello. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Mike 51.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike 51. Mike 51. What's the curl? What's the curl?
Operating from the gun. Herbert. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he does take it in for the touch. This is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Let's go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch tight end.
2nd and 4. Buying top pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's the way.
Hey, Orbit.
48 Mike. 48 Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we got Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up. Let's go.
On third down, Costello. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Down. 60 or.
Put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Hey, Echo.
Mike 48. Mike 48.
He don't know no better. Speed grip.
On 1st and 10, Costello. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Costello looking long for Thomas. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll come up now, 2nd and 4 from the 31.
I'm going from back to you. I'm going from back to you.
Looking to throw. Costello. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Mike, 48. Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down. Costello. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is fielded at the 27. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
At the 36-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
You got 61. Match.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Again, it's Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Costello. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
To throw on second down, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, Alpha. Mike 50. In your face.
Back to throw. Herbert letting one go deep for the ends. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, you got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
From the gun on 3rd down. Costello, he can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
I'm here.
Hey, Zoo.
51 the mic, boy. 51.
Deep rip.
Throwing again. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
51's the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Mike, 50, get it.
Operating from the gun. Herbert, he's going to float this one deep right side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Hey, Charlie.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. On 4th down, Costello. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Let's get that ball.
From the gun, Costello. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
To throw on 3rd down, Costello flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 11. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining. here in this fourth quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.